former Wolf City officer Shaun Lucas um, shooting and killing Jonathan Price. Now, this video to me is very disturbing. All right. When I watched this, I almost didn't believe what I watched. All right. Now, if y'all want to watch the full video for yourself, you can. Obviously, I'm not gonna post it here because there's a lot of blood. There's a shooting, so obviously, I'm not gonna post that here. But with that being said, I'm gonna go through this with y'all. All right. So, to start with, um, again, if y'all want to watch the video, y'all can look it up for yourself. But I'm not gonna post it here. Now, this happened back on October 3rd, 2020, 8:24 p.m. Wolf City police officer Shaun Lucas responded to a disturbance at the 100 block of Santa Fe Street for a possible fight in progress. Alright, so this was a possible fight in progress. Not confirmed, but a possible fight in progress. Alright. Officer Lucas made contact with 31-year-old Jonathan Price, who was reportedly involved in the disturbance. Officer Lucas attempted to detain Price, who resisted in a non-threatening posture and began walking away. Alright. And in the video, you can see he stops for a minute. He walks away. A couple other people push him to keep him walking. All right, not serious. All right, he's just walking away. All right. He then goes on. The officer pulls out his weapon, his taser. He then tases him, which has no effect. All right. John Price then comes back. He's walking towards the officer. Then the officer takes out his pistol and shoots him 3 times. Alright, so obviously there is no need to shoot the man 3 times. Alright, and there was no confirmed reports of a fight happening that night. Alright, what appeared is there was a lot of people that they had been drinking, and he just needed to sleep it off. That's all it was. Alright, he was drunk. He needed to sleep it off. Alright, there was no need for him to be arrested. There was no need. Hey, Super Dave, how you doing? There was no need for this officer to even put his hands on him. All right, he walked away. So at that point, you just think that it's a good idea to pull out a taser. At no point in time should you ever pull out a taser for someone who's not even threatening you, not even trying to assault you. You pull out a taser, and that didn't work. So you pull out a pistol and shoot him 3 times. That is totally uncalled for, alright? So, that's in itself is horrible, alright? But then you take it a step farther, alright? So he shoots him, he's laying on the ground. This officer calls for an ambulance, but does not help him until other people help him. His friends did more to help him than this officer did. This officer did nothing to help him for a good probably 3 or 4 minutes. Alright? All he did was call for an ambulance. His friends did more life-saving techniques than this officer did. Alright? But even taking it a step farther than that, this officer was acquitted of all charges. He was charged with murder. Alright? But he was acquitted on September 22nd, 2022. A Texas jury found him not guilty in the shooting death. Alright? So, with that being said, should this officer be charged? Yes, there is no way to make this justified. I don't see how a jury found this justifiable. Now, do I think that the jury was intimidated? Any high profile case that you have, any high profile trial that you have, there's going to be times where witnesses feel like they're scared or intimidated or they don't want to do it because of certain reasons. Just like George Floyd, there was a number of witnesses there that didn't want to testify against Derek Chauvin or couldn't testify or lied to testify against him. Same thing with Kyle Rittenhouse. A lot of people couldn't testify or didn't want to testify or lied to testify. Alright? It happens all the time. Now, I'm not saying that did happen here. Alright, maybe the jury just found him innocent, which I don't understand how. But it just seems to me that this officer, anybody with any kind of reason, you know, could find him innocent of shooting this man. There's no need to shoot him, alright? What I think it was, and a lot of people want to know if it's racial, alright? Me personally, I don't think it's racial. A lot of people were saying in the video that the officer was telling him to go to another place, alright? Again, I don't think it's racial. I do think that the officer may have been intimidated and he didn't know how to handle a huge group of people there, but that's not the way to do it. Alright, you're supposed to use level of force. Alright, if someone's walking away from you, you follow them. Alright, they haven't been committed of a crime. You haven't seen them do a crime yet. Alright, you are trying to detain this person for a possible fight in progress or a possible disturbance in progress. Alright, that's your whole job, is to detain him. Alright, so when he's walking away, you are to follow him. Alright, you grab him by the arm, you grab him by the shoulder. Hey, stop. Alright, you don't pull out a taser. Like, that's dumb. Alright, when you pull out a taser is when they're actively fighting you. Alright, they have you on the ground, they pull out a knife. That's when you use a taser. Alright, and then that the taser didn't work, obviously, so you pull out a gun. Like, I don't understand how people think that's justifiable. Now, some people are trying to say that he reached for the officer's taser. Okay, even if that is the case, let's just say he was reaching for the officer's taser in this scenario, alright? So he reached for the officer's taser. It doesn't matter. The man has two prongs inside of him where he got tased. What is he going to do with that taser? Alright? At the most he could do is he could rip the prongs out of himself, which I doubt he's going to do, alright? And then he could take the cartridge block off, and he could have a dry stun, but he would have to get within, 2 or 3 feet of the officer, at least an arm's length of the officer, to even have an effect on him. So I don't understand, even if he was trying to get the officer's taser, that's still not a justifiable reasonable to shoot him 3 times. Yeah, Super Dave. Some of these cops are just, I don't know, it's crazy. But like I said, even if he did get the officer's taser in his hand, he would still have to get it within arm's length to even have any kind of effect on him. But you got a bulletproof shield on, so even if he hits you in the shield from like the torso up to here, you're not gonna feel it because of your vest. All right. So again, this shooting is unjustified. I don't know who was in the jury, how long it took. I don't even know if they seen the video. I don't know if any of the witnesses were intimidated. I don't know if any of them felt scared. Any of them lied to get on there. Whatever the case may be, this is not justified. All right, and even the Texas Rangers came out and said that the use of force was not justified in their investigation. And the sad part in this is, since this officer has been found innocent on murder, he will now, he's out of jail obviously, but he will get another job likely as a police officer. That's just how it works. It's sad to say, but that's just how it works, alright? He spent 2 years in jail, probably because he had no bond, and, now he's just getting let free, and he's going to have nothing on his record. So why would he not get another job as a police officer? One other thing that a lot of people are talking about during this shooting was the response time of EMS, firefighters, and police backup. So this was a rural town. Maybe 1,000 people live there, alright? So this was a very rural town. With that being said, firefighters took a long time to get there. In the 17-minute video, there was not even an ambulance that showed up, alright? And the shooting took place within about 2 minutes of the video. So 15 to 16 minutes there was no ambulance that you called for right after the shooting. Firefighters show up about, I don't know, 12 minutes afterwards, alright? Police back up, very scarce. So in small rural towns, you're not going to have 20 officers ready to go, alright? In the city, you're going to have more officers widespread. A lot of times you will see them just sitting side by side talking because there's not enough for them to do, alright? Or they're not looking for anything to do, alright? Firefighters, again, a rural town, they might be 10 minutes away, 20 minutes away. They might be on a call on the other side of town, alright? But you would think, that there would be more than one or two trucks. EMS, I'm sure there's a EMS station that is around there somewhere that could have got there sooner. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't live there. But to me, it just seems like, something could have been done. Somebody could have got there faster. But again, I don't know. I don't know what kind of calls they got, and vice versa. All right, I wasn't there. But to me, a lot of this in the shooting just it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Another thing I want to talk about is the bleeding. All right, they didn't. They should have been trying to stop the bleeding. All right. So if he's drunk, the blood's not gonna clot. All right. Anybody who knows anything about alcohol knows that when you drink, your blood does not clot right. So you're going to bleed out faster. Again, you should have had tourniquets on him, bandages, all that. But again, as an officer, you should know that. But instead, you're just standing there looking lost. Alright, and then you're telling everybody else to back up. All his friends to back up. But yet, they're the only ones that are helping him. Alright, and he probably only lived for as long as he did because of his friends. At no point in time in this video did I see you help him. All I did was see you and telling everybody to get back, get back. Alright? And at one point in the video, you even took your pistol out, okay? And pointed it at people that were standing over there. Alright? Like, I don't understand. You just shot a man unarmed for no reason, and then you pull out your pistol and you shoot, or you point it at other people over there. Alright? That's not a cop. Alright? That is a criminal with a badge. Alright? And you just got let out for no reason. So, I always try to look at it like this. Alright? If a civilian was to do this, alright? Let's just say there was a fight that broke out, alright? This Jonathan Price and a civilian got into a fight. He pulled out a pistol, shot him 3 times because he couldn't get him to stop. Alright? And then he points a pistol at other people in the crowd. Alright? And doesn't try to help the person. What would happen to that person? I'll tell you right now. He'd probably be charged with murder, probably attempted murder, unlawful possession of a weapon during a violent crime, pointing and presenting a firearm, and they could probably rack up 3 or 4 more charges if they wanted to. All right. So just because you're a cop, that doesn't mean that you're above the law. Y'all are supposed to be setting an example for us, since y'all are trying to enforce the law. Y'all should be the ones setting the example for us. And as far as the justice system goes, all right, why are y'all letting officers go? Like I said, just because they're an officer, that does not give them the right to be let out of jail. All right? Like I said, 2 years. There are people right now that are locked up for marijuana charges. They're going to have that on their record. But he shot an unarmed man 3 times, killed him, pointed a gun at other people that were unarmed, and he gets nothing on his record, gets to go scot-free. Nothing's going to happen. Like, I don't understand how that's okay. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. But again, I just want to go live real quick, talk about this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below if y'all watching this later. As always, thank y'all for watching, and y'all stay safe out there.